As the color guard prepares to advance colors,
Advance the colors.
I'd like to ask the Dean of the City Council, Richard Colucci, please come to the podium and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Present colors.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I would like to welcome Reginald Duyon, teacher from Marshall Middle School in the Unified Arts Department, to perform the Star Spangled Banner.
You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad slopes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we won were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Right, face, forward, arch. Forward, arch.
Please be seated. Good evening and welcome to the 2020 City of Lynn Inaugural Ceremony. My name is Darren Sayre, President of the Lynn City Council and MC for tonight's ceremony. I'd like to thank the Lynn Police, Lynn Fire Department, Honor Guards, accompanied by Sergeant Ned Chinnock on bagpipes tonight. To the Lynn Police Chief Michael McGarry, and to the Fire Chief Stephen Archer. To the Lynn English High School Marine Corps Junior ROTC, led by Sergeant Major Kenneth Boswell, for the presentation of the colors. And a special thanks to Reginald for his beautiful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. I'd like to take this time to acknowledge some special guests in attendance this evening. First of all, I gotta mention my mom, my wife, my sons, my family. All the counselors and the school committee members, families that are here with us tonight. The mayor's family, and to be perfectly honest with you, we couldn't do our jobs without our families. They are the most important people, probably more important than we are. They allow us to do what we do and they back us all the time. I'd also like to recognize and welcome our friends, former colleagues, former mayors, former council presidents, former council members, and former school committee members. Special remembrance for the late Patrick McManus and Mayor Kane. Also for the Lynn State delegation that are here this evening with us. Senator Brendan Creighton. Representatives Dan Cahill, Peter Capano, Laurie Ehrlich, and Donald Warren. I'm going too fast, am I? I now invite Councilor Colucci to come back to the podium so he can introduce Clerk Lang tonight.
Thank you. I want to introduce my friend and my pastor, Kurt Lang. Come over here, Kurt.
A few years ago, I was given a piece of leather that was found in an old estate house here in Lynn. It was from the early 1800s, and it was the apprentice leather working project of a man that died 110 years ago, one of Lynn's most influential citizens. I learned about this man who had left a legacy that lives on today. His name was Henry Previer. He started the Morocco Manufacturing Leather Company that supplied leather to the shoe manufacturers here in Lynn and made quite an amount of money. After retiring from his company, he ran the Electric Light Company of Lynn, which he eventually merged with Edison Electric, creating what we now know as General Electric. He took his wealth and he founded multiple organizations around the region for children and single moms. Many of these organizations still exist today, and his charitable foundation still contributes to organizations here in the city of Lynn. Previer, one of our very own, left behind a legacy of industry and opportunity for workers, and he left behind a legacy of charitable organizations that change lives. Both of these efforts change lives today, every single day. I believe that the legacy of a life is most valuable. What do you leave behind? Both on a personal level, the legacy we leave matters, and on a corporate level, the legacy we leave as a city matters as well. Before us tonight, we have a group of men and women that we have invited to lead us in wisely leaving a legacy for all of our citizens, both present and future. Our leaders will leave a legacy that will require us to support them with both our efforts and our prayers. In moments when we are in agreement with them and when we are in disagreement, both. We all love this great city of Lynn. It has a way of capturing your heart, a way of changing you in the very best kind of ways, a way of changing you so that you never quite go out the way that you came in. If you would be so inclined, please join me in prayer today and every day for Lynn and our leaders. They need our prayers to lead this great city. Pray with me. Almighty God, our Father, this evening we join together to ask you for your blessing upon the leaders of our great city, upon the re-elected and the newly elected, upon our school committee, our city councilors, our mayor, and all those that serve our city. We request that you would fill them with hope for a new day, with vision for the future, and wisdom to handle the sometimes chaotic and confusing situations that they are confronted with. We ask that you would bless our city and her citizens. Would you guide Lynn to be the city of opportunity that generations of people have come to discover? And may we fully embrace what it means to be a city of justice. Father, today we ask that you would inspire creativity amongst our people and our leaders, that we might be a city of innovation and prosperity. Give us compassion that we might respond in wisdom to complicated moments, And may you lead us in your ways so that we might be a city of peace, where every bondage is broken and every oppression is set free. And may your will be done in Lynn as it is in heaven. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Lang. Before we go any further, I'm going to ask everybody, and I'm going out of order. Lynn lost a courageous person this week, Debbie Plunkett, and I'm going to ask everybody to give a moment of silence for Debbie. Thank you. Lynn Public School All-City Band led by Jeremy Whitborough, Director of the Lynn Public Schools High School Band, and Julia Carroll, Music Director of the Lynn Public Schools, will now perform Salute to America. Administering the oaths of office this evening is the Honorable Justice Garrett McManus. City Clerk Janet Rowe, will you please call the roll call of the council-elect?
Council Barton? Present. Council Chakutis? Present. Council Calucci? Present. Council Field? Present. Council Hogan? Present. Council LaPierre? Present. Council Lozey? Present. Council Net? Present. Council Starvin? Present. Council Walsh? Present. Council Seer?
Will now swear in the council. I state your name. Do solemnly swear and affirm. That I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all duties incumbent upon me. Let's try that one again. Discharge and perform all duties incumbent upon me as a city council member for the city of Lynn, according to the best of my ability and understanding. I agree to the rules and regulations of the Constitution. The laws of this Commonwealth. The city charter. And all ordinances of the city of Lynn. So help me God. I state your name again. Do solemnly swear that I will uphold, affirm, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help me God. Thank you.
Secretary of the School Committee, Mary Jules, will call the roll of the school committee members elect.
Brian Castellanos. Donna Capola. John Ford. Lorraine Gately. Jared Nicholson. Michael Satterwhite.
I state your name. Do solemnly swear and affirm that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all duties incumbent upon me as a school committee member for the city of Lynn, according to the best of my ability and understanding. I agree to the rules and regulations of the Constitution, the laws of this Commonwealth, the city charter, and all ordinances of the city of Lynn. So help me God. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will uphold, affirm, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help me God. Congratulations.
Lynn Public School All-City Band will perform fanfare. Before I introduce our next speaker, I'm going to ask this gentleman to stand because he's, in my opinion, one of Lynn's heroes. Thomas Costa. Please stand, please. One of our mayors. Please pass the gentleman. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with my pleasure to introduce our 58th mayor of the city of Lynn, Mayor Thomas M. McGee.
Thank you, Mr. President. Before I get started, I'd like to just again recognize the all-city band. Not only do they look great, they sound great in this great concert venue. Great work, really proud of you. Thank you and good evening to everyone. Thank you, Council President Sear, for your introduction. Thank you to the families, friends, and colleagues of our re-elected City Council and School Committee for your attendance this evening. Public service is truly a complex and non-stop job that would be difficult to do with the unwavering love and support of our family and friends. I want to thank and recognize Senator Brendan Crichton, Representative Laurie Ehrlich, Representative Donald Long, Representative Dan Cahill, and Representative Peter Capano, as well as former Mayor Tom Costin, and municipal leaders, members of the faith community. I want to thank you all for being here tonight. Again, it's great to be here with all of you tonight. Thank them all for being here. I'd like to start by wishing you all a very happy new year, a new decade really, and by sharing a few words from a speech by a great American president, Theodore Roosevelt, called The Duties of American Citizenship. Years ago, my staff gave me a picture of this speech as a gift. It now hangs in my office and is a reminder of what it means to be a public servant. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcomings. But what does actually strive to do the deeds? Who knows that the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows, in the end, the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. 2 years ago, I was inaugurated as mayor. I stood on this stage full of hope and ready to work alongside the council and school committee to bring our city back to a place where people feel safe and secure, where we are thoughtful stewards of public dollars and public spaces, where we manage our infrastructure so that families and businesses can function and flourish. Our job is to lead, and I'm grateful to be joined in this effort by our council and school committee members. Each one of you offers a unique point of view that makes our conversations richer and our decisions more collaborative. Being a leader often means finding common ground where there is a conflict and disagreement. Our resolutions must be fair and transparent. Leadership is about vision. It's about setting a compass towards a better future and forging a path wide enough for all of us to walk through. The work we have done together over the last 2 years has not been easy, especially given our fiscal situation. We recognized the need to ask the state for help to dig ourselves out of a seemingly impossible hole. However, we buckled down, we collaborated, we made tough decisions, we compromised, we thought creatively, we set a vision, and now we're seeing it through. Together we have moved Lynn forward in so many exciting ways. We can see and feel the progress all around us. Our city's public safety is more secure now that we have added 20 new firefighters and 29 new police officers. Our city is beginning a long-awaited economic revitalization. We're updating our waterfront master plan and municipal harbor plan.
as well as establishing an open space master plan, taking advantage of our downtown arts and cultural district and being designated as a federal opportunity zone. And as our city continues to grow and develop, we are prioritizing investment in our transportation infrastructure with 3 major infrastructure projects and a community path for runners, walkers, and cyclists that will break ground this year. We will ensure we have the right housing plan in place that captures the broad range of needs of our community, and I'm proud to report that we kicked off the housing production planning process just before the end of last year. Improvements to our budget process and increased collaboration between our council, school committee, financial team, and all city employees gives us confidence that we will achieve the financial stability necessary to ensure Lynn's promising future. We have made great progress these last 2 years, but there is more important work to do, especially for our students. Finding the capacity to address our capital needs has been a top priority of my administration. Our capital investment plan, which the council approved last year, outlined our city's extensive needs, 80% of which represent a much-needed investment in our schools. In 2029, we will celebrate the 400th anniversary of the first settlement in Lynn. In 1929, we celebrated the 300th anniversary. Our city has seen significant changes in the first 91 years of our 4th century. And yet 41% of all school buildings have remained in use for all that period of time. This is a reality that is no longer sustainable for our hardworking students or for our dedicated teachers. That is why every effort we've made in this administration with support of the council and school committee, no matter how small it may seem, has been focused on laying the foundation for new schools in this community. Finding the capacity to begin acting on our capital investment plan has not come easy. As we continue our climb towards fiscal stability, there will be occasions to celebrate and opportunities to tackle the next challenge. The next challenge is to come together, working from the fiscal progress we have made, and develop an inclusive plan of action that will put us on the path to building new schools that will transform the educational experience for our students and add value to our city. This should be our goal as we close out Lynn's 4th century. Together, we can create a safe, modern, and vibrant learning environment that will be our legacy for Lynn's next century and beyond. In every corner of this city, homeowners and renters want good jobs. They want safe neighborhoods, quality schools, and a healthy environment to live and raise their families. When we disagree, let us remember that our diversity of opinion reflects the diversity of our residents. Let us govern with respect for each other and with the recognition of our common commitment to creating a community where all Lynners thrive. When I took office 2 years ago, I pledged that Lynn City government would be different, that my administration would be one of collaboration and inclusivity. There would be no monopoly on good ideas. I committed to working with anyone and everyone who wants to improve our great city. But the totality of this is not the work of one mayor or one administration. It cannot be done without those who choose to work as public servants. Thank you, city councilors, school committee members, department heads, and municipal employees who work every day to serve you, the people of Lynn. If you ever wonder why any of us have chosen to be in the arena, especially in these challenging times for our city and for our country, it is because of the honor and privilege of working for you. We still have much to do, but in the words of another great president, John F. Kennedy, all this will not be finished in the first 100 days, nor will it be finished in the first 1,000 days, nor even perhaps in our lifetime on this planet. But let us begin. And that is what we have done together. Together, we have begun. Thank you very much for being here.
For their final selection, the Lynn Public Schools All-City Band will perform Salute to America. Jeremy, Witherall, Julie Carroll, and the band members for a great performance. Once again, you've demonstrated tremendous talents of the students of the Lynn Public Schools. Thank you. I just want to say a few quick words. I can't tell you how proud I am of our city council and our school committee. This year, every single one of us had a challenger that ran against us. Everybody worked extremely hard to get reelected, and the voters of the city, I think, realize how hard your council and your school committee work for you. They really do. They go way above and beyond every single day. They work with so many different volunteer groups, and we have to recognize them all, from the Little Leagues to the Pup Waners, to little neighborhood associations, to all the people who go around and do cleanups in the city. I mean, Lynn is such an amazing community. And as the mayor said earlier, 2 years ago, I stood on the stage and I talked about we were standing at a doorway. Not only did we open that doorway and step through it, but you can see the progress that's been made in the last 2 years in the city of Lynn. Monroe Street, you have a 10-story building. Down on the Linway, you have 2 developments that are taking place. One of them, you're talking about condos that are going to be sold for upwards of $2 million. That's unheard of in Lynn. We have other projects that we're working on. The auditorium that you're sitting in right now, this year we have 80 different shows that are happening in the auditorium. That's not including what we're doing here tonight. That's bringing on average 1,500 people into the downtown area at night that would not normally come down here, and they're spending their money in restaurants. We're working with and talking to developers about bringing a hotel into the city. We're really that close to doing that. And I'm going to make a prediction. I think the mayor might get a little upset with me about this, but I really believe that in the next 2 years, you're going to see us putting a shovel in the ground for a new middle school, possibly 2. We're going to be bringing $50 million into the city of Lynn over the next several years to fix our roads. We just, as he said, hired 29 police officers. We're in the process of buying new fire equipment. There is no deficit. We actually have been making money the last 2 years. The city council has sold property that we own. It has worked tirelessly and brought in over $2 million in funds that we don't normally have. Last year, we had almost $3 million in building permits in the city of Lynn. That's unheard of. You live in the greatest, most diverse city in all of the world. And I just want to say thank you to the councilors and to the school committee members that make that happen, and to all the nonprofit groups and organizations that are here in Lynn. I think they all deserve it. I'm supposed to wrap the gavel. We forgot to put one here, so thank you for coming tonight.